guys, welcome back to Sim UK. This is Gold Rush the game, and if you've seen my review on Steam, then you'll know that I'm not 100% happy with this game. Now, this came out just before I went away on holiday, so I haven't really played it at all. I got maybe a day's worth of gameplay out of it, and there were so many bugs, so many issues, that I had to put a review up on Steam just saying, look, this is a great game, it's got great potential, the developers seem really genuinely decent people, but it is bugged beyond belief, there are so many issues, and it calls itself a simulator, yet so many elements are not simulated. It's a bit confused about what it is, and I think maybe they've lost their way somewhere in between development, or perhaps they just ran out of time, perhaps they've been under too much pressure to deliver certain things by certain dates and they've had to cut stuff out. That's kind of how it feels to me. Now, I'm going to be using a controller today. This game runs on keyboard and mouse and or controller, but I've found in my experience previously that it needs both a controller and a keyboard minimum. You can kind of set up a steering wheel. My Cytec side panel doesn't register at all in this game, so I can't use that, which is a real shame because that would be brilliant for this type of thing. And yeah, the steering wheel is limited, and it doesn't handle well. It doesn't feel good, and as far as I can tell from my initial experimentation, you cannot set the main truck that you drive around every day. You can't set that up on a keyboard either. On a steering wheel, I meant to say. So, I mean, there are a few issues, but overall the game looks pretty good. Wow. There's the first bug. Wow. I mean, even swapping between load game and new game is just crashing the whole thing, and this game crashes a lot. In fact, I'm not even sure if we were recording then. Yeah, it's stuttering like hell, and there we go. All of a sudden it comes back. It's very weird. Let's have a quick look at the settings, I guess. Controls, keyboard and controller. So this is the basic setup. There is something somewhere that I clicked before for advanced stuff. Is it controller? There we go. So this is the pickup truck custom. It looks like maybe possibly they've had some updates to this game. I mean, I'm sure they have. Customized. Do you want to discard changes and exit? Yes. Okay. Controls for walking, pickup truck. Now, I think what happened here previously was that none of this was editable. It looks like possibly it is now. No, it's still not editable. So let me show you something that is. Excavator driving. So let's come down here and there you go. And now I've lost my mouse again. It really is very, very buggy indeed. And it's just not even worth trying to change and set up your controllers or anything, because the game is just it's a mess. And when they finally fix it, if they finally fix it, then everything that you set up now, all of that painstaking work that you go through to set it up now is probably going to get undone, I would have thought, because it seems like the entire system that they're utilising to store controller binding options is just basically flawed. So anyway, all that aside, the game has great potential. So let's jump in and experiment. Okay, so here we are, and that took an absolute epic amount of time to load in, but that's fine. That's not an issue. That really isn't an issue. One thing that is quite cool is, I mean, this is backed by the Discovery Channel, and obviously that's like a documentary, informative kind of channel. And whilst the screen was loading, it does provide you with some interesting facts about gold. For example, it is believed that 80% of the world's gold is still buried underground. Be nice if we could find that piece. And also, gold is the most malleable and ductile material known to man, which is very interesting. It doesn't rust. Gold is an interesting... I mean, if you're a geologist, which I'm not going to pretend that I know anything about geology, but yeah, gold is one of the most fascinating metals on Earth, or under Earth, as it were. Okay, right, let's press on. There are two ways of getting the info about our in-game systems. First is the journal you can access by pressing Tab key. Second one is the dig tube. The dig tube. Our library of movies about the game. Every in-game mechanic is explained there. If you find anything that is not explained, please send us a message on any available social media. Don't show this message again. Okay, so basically this comes down to the fact that so many people couldn't figure out how to play the game. It was so poorly put together, the tutorial, the introduction, that people were just instantly lost. And that's how I felt before I went away on holiday. And I haven't played since then, so all I know is a few bits, and I'll have to pick the rest up as we go along. So there'll be a lot of jump cuts in this video. So what have we got here? Places, you got the town, you got the bank. Oh look, this is an in-game video. So it's saying get in the truck, drive the truck to the bank. I won't watch that because I know where the bank is. Yeah, basically there's a bank, there's a parts store, there's a machine park, there's buying. Don't know what that means. There's a blacksmith. The blacksmith, I believe, is the guy who turns your bits of gold into gold bars and stuff. According to this, there's two blacksmiths, which is a bit weird. Blacksmith and blacksmith. Probably another bug. It is absolutely full of bugs. I'm not even joking. I'm not being nitpicking and saying, oh, occasionally when you shut the door, it doesn't close properly. Terrible bug. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this game is full of bugs. Like, unbelievably loads of bugs. It's just ridiculous how many bugs there are. And I don't blame the developers. Well, I do, but I don't, because developers have probably worked very, very hard on this game, and they just ran out of time and got forced to release before they really wanted to. And I think there's quite a lot of documentation from them saying exactly that. So yeah, I don't feel any negativity towards the developers whatsoever, and I'm sure eventually they'll fix it, but I don't know. I think this whole early access release, I mean, this isn't even early access, this is regarded as a full release, and it's so far from being a full release. I think it's a disgrace. Other people have done this. I won't mention any names, but yeah, it's a practice that needs to stop. It's not fair on people. It's not good. It's not good at all. Anyway, right, let's jump on. So where's my truck? I'm going to use the controller, as I said, which means movement is a little bit restricted, but it does work. Now, how do I start this up? Is it... Oh, it's already running. I didn't have my volume up on my headphones. Right, so you've got to release the handbrake, and away we go. Now, like I say, I haven't played since I went away on holiday. But this is the shop. This is where we're going to buy our parts. And believe it or not, this is the bank over here. Stupid headphones trying to shut down. That's the bank, believe it or not. Oh, and it's got this horrible brake is reverse, accelerator is forward kind of system, which I absolutely hate. They have that in Farming Simulator as well, and they have done for years, but at least in Farming Simulator you can set it so that when you brake it will stop, and only when you release the brake and press it again will it reverse. They don't have that system here, so braking is a real art. You have to know when to let go of the brake button, and obviously you've got the handbrake as well, but if you put the handbrake on you get this message coming up constantly. This thing irritates the living daylights out of me. It'll tell you when your handbrake is on, and it'll tell you when you got your differential lock on. If I put the differential lock on now, you should disable the differential lock when you drive on asphalt, and if you don't, then the wheels don't go round, which of course they still do go round. It's a load of rubbish. So anyway, this area here is where our stuff is going to appear once we've bought it. Look at the state of my wing mirrors. How am I supposed to see anything behind me? That's another problem, actually, is you can't turn around far enough to see what's behind you. So if you need to reverse, you need to go to an external camera, and that's the only way that that works. There are a few issues and a few bugs in this game, but before I do anything else, let's look. You should disable the differential lock when you drive on asphalt. I haven't even put the differential lock on, I just pressed the handbrake. That is look again. How annoying is that? And I haven't even touched the controller. And it'll come up again. There we go. It's crazy. This game needs some serious work on it. Okay, so let's ignore that for a minute and just go here. This is the map. This is where we are. And I think we are currently... Where are we currently? Here we are. This is us. And this is our patch down here. Old Arnold Parcel. Now, what's weird about this is that the tent is here. And this dotted line is the claim border. So that's the border, if you see. Old Arnold Parcel. But when you actually come down to play the game, you'll be here, which is outside of your claim border. So even that's wrong. There's so much wrong in this game. It's ridiculous. And I don't even know anything about gold mining. I have watched this program, by the way, but I don't watch it. So I don't know anything about the people or anything about gold mining at all. But it is interesting. It is interesting, I guess, in lots of ways. Right. Somewhere here, if I can remember, controller, there we go. Go to the bank, rent Old Arnold's parcel claim, so we haven't even got that yet. Then go to the warehouse and buy those parts. Load those parts on the pickup truck, which is fun as heck. Then you got to drive the pickup truck to the claim, which is again really fun. And when you get there, there's more fun to be had. So let's crack on and do that. Let's go to the bank. And watch out for everything, basically. Let's exit. I do like that when you get out, the engine stays on. That's quite cool. That's kind of simulatory. But I don't like that that message still keeps coming up, even though I'm not in the truck anymore. That's a bit daft. Right, so we go to the bank. Old Arnold Parcel is $25,000. What? Ah, that's if you want to buy it. But we don't want to buy it, we want to rent it. How do I rent it? Click to get the mouse back up. Click on rent. Rented. How much? Wow, how much did I rent that for? I don't even know. Old Arnold is always happy when new wannabe miners are coming to town. He was a miner for almost 40 years, and now he teaches everyone who wants to listen. He rents his claim almost for free. Come and take a look yourself. Provision of rent is 0.2, which I think is anything I find I pay a 0.2 percentage on. So, okay, stock. This is quite interesting as well. This fluctuates, which is nice. So at the moment, gold is $1,223.56 per ounce. Yeah. Yeah, it says that up here, idiot. Right, okay, so this is where you'd sell your gold bars. This is where you can take a loan. Now, I think we might actually need to take a loan. $1,008 will cost us $1,008.33, which is nothing at all. Number of installments. That's why. That's why. Okay, so let's have a loan over. Should we go the maximum amount of time? No, that's too much. I'm just giving money away there. Let's say 35 days. So we'll have a loan of $1,000 for just over a month. Hopefully that'll be enough time to find some gold, and we can pay that off. And we might even have enough money to buy that plot of land and make millions. I don't know, but I think that's what we're going to do. So we'll take that small loan. And now if I hit cancel, that takes me out of it, rather than cancelling the loan I've just agreed. Okay, good. Let's jump back in the truck. Let's take the handbrake off. Acknowledge the annoying alerts, which haven't come up, weirdly. Now, this game loads in sectors, so it's like a 2-3 mile sector, something like that. But every time you pass from one to the other, the game absolutely freezes. So that is a bit of a pain in the arse. Right. Oh, actually, let's go back in and just turn. Oh, there. Turn the engine off. There's no point in wasting fuel. By the way, you don't have to buy fuel, so don't worry about that. Okay, so this thing here is obviously for beer. You need to fill that full of ice and put like a day's worth of beer in that. That's what that's for. There's quite a few bits in here. The majority of them I don't know what they do. A mobile wash plant wheel. I actually thought that was for the vehicles, but it looks like... Oh, that's for the pickup truck. That's interesting then. I'm not sure if perhaps you can get punctures and things. Not entirely sure. I haven't got that far into the game yet, but there's quite a few parts here. Some buckets. I think that was on the list, wasn't it? If I come here... What was on the list? Yes, a bucket. So we do need a bucket. So press a white square button to... What does that mean? Let me just... Can you see that? It says bucket item. Press E. Okay, E. Quantity. 2. See, this is where it falls down because I can't seem to do it with the controller, so I need the mouse. And I needed the keyboard to figure out what to do. So it's a bit of a mess at the moment. Right, we'll grab 2 buckets because I understand that is kind of... In fact, let's take 3 because I think that's probably what we really need, regardless of what it's telling us that we need. Right, over here we have a Hog Pan Pump and a Hog Pan no pump. Oh, I see, there's a pump. Oh, that's like the upgraded version. So this is manual and this is the upgrade that you'll pump straight, I don't know, water straight into it or something like that. Hog Pan Mat. Now that was definitely... you can press X to buy, but then... Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. But then you can't change the quantity, so you do need the mouse to change the quantity. So we needed 2 of those, if I remember correctly, which I think I do. 2 Hog Pan Mats. So now we need a Hog Pan no pump and a Hog Pan sluice box core. So that would be this one. Don't you think the quantity should auto be 1? When you walk up to something and say, oh, I need one of these, and you click on it, you're not going to pick up none. You want at least 1, normally. And if you change your mind and you don't want it, you can press back. But shouldn't it default to 1? Just my 2 pennies worth. Hog Pan sluice box core or a Hog Pan sluice box extension. Interesting. So that's the core. We'll definitely have that because we need one. I'm quite tempted by this extension for only $100. So we'll grab that as well because I think we have enough money. In fact, I'm not going to grab that because the game has decided I'm not smart enough to know what I want. So it's not going to let me buy that extension. Maybe it's not implemented yet. There's quite a bit in this game that isn't implemented and it's coming according to the developers. So, right. Hog Pan no pump thing, got that. Hog Pan sluice box core, got that. 2 Hog Pan mats, checkamundo, and buckets, all good. And then there's a little diagram over there on the right that shows you how to put it all together, which I've not actually managed to do. And interestingly, I think I need to just have another look at that a second. It looks to me like we've bought this box and the sluice box thing, but what's this bit? What's C? See, it's telling us to buy this piece and this piece, which I assume is this section A and B up here. But what is C? Because that's an extension, and that's the bit I just tried to buy, and it wouldn't let me. Let's try it again. E. 1. Extension of Hog Pan basic sluice. With 2 additional mats you will be able to gather twice as much gold. Well, that sounds perfect, but you won't let me do it. I don't know. I don't know what the issue is there. Anyway, let's go over here to the till and let's buy it. Bucket, 3 of. Hog Pan Mats, 2 of. Hog Pan No Pump, 1. Hog Pan Sluice Box, 1. Okay, gravy. Buy. You will find all your ordered stuff just outside the shop in the designated area. This area has limited storage space, so make sure you clean it before making a big order. Okay, don't show me that again. Now, when I played before I went on holiday, that message never came up. So after I bought my stuff, I spent about 20 minutes kept coming back over here and trying to pick the bloody thing up, and it wouldn't let me in. I was like going all up there trying to find stuff. I didn't actually go up there. I just thought I'd say that, even though I never did. But no, I looked all over the place and I couldn't find it. And this is where it appears. It's here, randomly. So pick it up, and it's still, see, it's right in my line of sight. So walking with it is a real pain in the ass. Now somehow I've got to open the back of this up. See, every time I pick this up, I want to pick it up this way so I can slide it in like that. But no, the game has decided I need to put it over my face, across me, so that it's really ridiculously difficult to put the bloody thing in the truck. Stupidity of the man and woman, whoever, I don't know. So anyway, right, it's a bit tricky. I thought it was going to stand up then. Now, on the way to our... Get the heck out of the way. That's another problem, is getting stuck on stuff. Happens all the time in this game. On the way over to our claim, where we're going to start panning for gold, it is quite possible we're going to lose some of this stuff. Which means you have to come all the way back to the shop and do this whole thing again. 3 buckets? Yeah, I did buy 3. I thought I bought 4 for some reason. I clearly did not. 3 buckets. 1, 2, 3. So you learn a lot of stuff on Sim UK. That is German for 1, 2, 3. So we'll close that up, and I think that's everything. Yep, that's the lot. Start the engine. Handbrake off. Check the differential. This is the differential down here. Now, some of it is really nicely done. There's headlights, which work superbly well, even in the day. I'm not sure why we're rolling forwards and backwards, but anyway. And the other thing I wanted to show you was the differential lock. So some stuff in here is actually modelled. A lot of it is pretty pants, but some of it is modelled. Right, let's try and swing out of here without getting stuck. Perfecto. And we'll head off to the claim now. I don't think we need anything else. So, and there's no traffic, there's no people, there's nothing like that. So it should be a nice, easy, casual drive all the way down to the claim. It's pretty bouncy, and any minute now you'll get a glitch whilst it's... Oh, that's new. That's new. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not new. Well, that didn't stutter. There we go. There's the stutter. And the stutter always happens at exactly the same place, and it just happens to be a really, really bad place to have that happen. Which is weird, because most of the time I'm averaging like 55 FPS, and I'm running on Ultra. If I turned it down just a smidge, plus I'm recording, don't forget. Oh, that was close. If I turn it down just a smidge, I'll easily be running at 60 FPS. But the game has some issues, has some serious issues. Whoa! And the way vehicles handle is a bit crazy as well. Let's just go outside so you can see. This is actually the preferred method of driving in this game. Now, this is Sim UK, we're all about ultimate realism, so I want to be in the cab driving. But in this game, it's just not practical because it's too all over the place. Let me just put the differential lock on. I think that's on now. Oh yes, bottom right hand corner. You don't see that when you're in the cab, but bottom right hand corner you can see that the differential lock is coming on and off, that little red bit. And oh, you do run out of fuel, possibly, but I don't know where the garage is. I haven't found that yet. Anyway, so this is our little spot. And if I just park up here and put the handbrake on, turn the engine off and get out. I mean, you can see this game has a lot of potential. I mean, that moment there where you pull up, get out your truck and, you know, just step out into the wilderness with all of these massive chimneys pumping out smoke. There's a lot of elements of simulation here. Oh, look at this. You can actually go to sleep. I didn't know that. Well, I've just discovered that. That's cool. So we got a little caravan thing there too, which is pretty darned awesome. There's a fire here, which is constantly burning. It would be nice if you had to, you know, keep that alight, chop some trees down and keep it going or something. Things like this fence is an absolute pain in the ass. If anything, I'd take this one single section out and leave the rest there, because that just gets in your way all of the time. It makes navigating, so you can't walk over the bench. The bench physically stops you from walking, and so does the fence. And you think, well, that's easy. What's your problem? Just walk through it. God, what's your problem, man? When you're carrying stuff and it's all over your eyeballs and you can't see anything except for the tiny little gap that you've got between the arm and the leg, navigating these tiny little gaps is a bit of a pain in the backside. Sorry, I'm moaning quite a lot about this game. It's a reality, you know. I think it's a fantastic game and it's got great potential, but it's also got lots and lots of issues. See, like this, like, where am I going? You have to like sidestep everywhere, like some sort of sleazy 80s, I don't know, gigolo or something. Right, okay, so this is about as far as I've got. I got as far as dragging everything over here and then realised that one bit had fallen out, and that was enough for me, and I had to go on holiday, and I wanted to do that a lot more than I wanted to do this. So it's all going to be a bit speculative from this point on. Do you see what I mean about how you can't see where you're going? This is just insanity. Insanity. Right, I think this is a good spot. And I think you bring this over here, and how do you put it on? Oh. Is there a way to crouch? Now, this is the problem I had before, was I couldn't, for the life... Oh, get off. Get off. I couldn't actually figure out how to connect these things together. So it looks like I might have to do some jump cuts whilst I just figure that bit out. Jump up. Jump up. Mat. It's also a bit irritating that I could only carry one mat at a time. I mean, I do have two hands. Right, there we go. So that worked. That bit's okay. So we're already further ahead than I've ever got before. So, yeah, you know, watch and learn, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Oh, crikey. Right, so based on that logic, I suspect then that this must go this way. That has to go that end, right? This has to go the opposite end to where the... I've got the right piece, haven't I? That is doing my head in already. We'll keep working at it, guys. We'll keep working at it. Right. Let's just grab one bucket for now, because I know we desperately need one, because it said so. Other than that, I don't know why we need anything. Is it in the wrong place? Does it have to be by the water, perhaps? Let's try it over here. No. Pick up the whole thing. If I pick up the whole thing, it's not going to knock the... Oh, good. They stay on there. That's good. Right. Well, let's try... That looks pretty good. Because you've got the centre of gravity then helping to put it where it needs to be. Is that right? There's something not right here. I don't know what the problem is. I really don't know what the problem is. Every time I pick it up, it turns it around. It's so annoying. Another bug. Right. That should just connect to that. Shouldn't it? So we got 1, 2, and I assume that's indicating where the mats go. Let's just have a look here. Look at this diagram. Sluice box. Set up the hog pan. Maybe there's something in here that will help us help teach us something. Hog pan, hog pan, hog pan, hog pan. Seriously? Gold mining. Tier 1 hog pan. Hog pan setup. Okay, here we go. So that's the piece we've got. Oh, you have to put it in a specific place. Ah, did you see that? I don't know if you saw that. I mean, that was such a minute bit of information. You could have easily missed that. So over here somewhere. Ah, look. It's got to go on this thing. There we go. I see. I didn't even know that was there. Well, that's good. Okay. So now this will presumably fit there. Yes, we're going to be gold mining today. Where did I put that bucket? Right. Bucketo. Bucketo. Oh, look at this stuff that's just popped up. And everywhere we go, that stays in front of us. That's actually quite cool. Right. So we need to fill the bucket up with some dirt, I imagine. Let's go get all 3 buckets, because I'm getting excited now. I feel like we're going to make some gold discoveries and things are going to be wonderful. Oop, stuck. Hup. There we go. Oh, crikey. If you're still moving when you put the bucket down, it actually flies 10 feet in front of you. So if you're on the edge of a precipice, then you're probably going to have a bad time. What happens if... Can I shut that? No, I can't close that whilst I've got a bucket in my hand. Obviously, our character only has one hand or is incredibly weak and needs both hands to carry an empty bucket. Now, I'm a bit of an anal retentive, and everybody tells me that's the case. But I'd like... I just want to close that, if that's okay with you, if that's all right. So inside the tent, we haven't even been in here yet. We've got some stuff. There's the beer barrel. And here is the panning tool. I think that's the correct name for this. I don't know. Goodness me, this episode's half an hour in already. This is the tablet, and there's lots of stuff that is currently locked and not working, and so on and so forth. Coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. This is locked. We don't have transport for the big heavy stuff. Workers, we don't have any crew. And this is the bank, and this we already know this, so that's all good. So, let's go back. How do we go back? Shut down. That's what we need to do. There doesn't seem to be any way to shut that down with just the controller. I don't know. Right, I'm feeling like we should leave these in here. I could be wrong on that point, but we're going to leave them in there for now. And we'll figure out how we're going to do this just as soon as we can. Right, now, somewhere here, and I brought it up earlier. If I press B, that should bring up my alternative tools. Ah, it's not B at all. That's the top. Next tool. Oh, I see. Right, so what's this? What the hell is that? Oh, it's a flashlight. Okay, well that's handy for night times. And a shovel, a spade. Now I'm thinking I want this dirt that's in the water, because that's where I think the gold will be. But how do you... Oh, X is action. No? Is this going to be one of these games where you can only dig in a specific area where it says you can dig here and nowhere else? How do you dig? Dig. God damn it. Dig. Dig. Ah, why? It's why. Why doesn't that work? Why are you just digging? Stop doing that. Dig some dirt. Why is it not... Why are you not... Ah, because I get it now, I think. Right, so Y, if I press B, no, okay, no, I haven't figured it out. So that didn't work, that didn't work, that didn't work, that didn't work. Ah, it did work. Okay, right. So, yes, we have some dirt in a bucket. If this isn't the most exciting game I've played all year, then I haven't played any games this year. How do I get... There we go. Pick up the bucket, sit down properly, go back to the shovel, shovel some dirt, put it in the bucket, go back to my hand, pick the bucket up, take the bucket to the thingy, and pop it in there. So we got 4% dirt. That should be 8% dirt, which it is. That's pretty awesome. That's 12%. We're actually going to be here quite a long time then, aren't we? To get to 100%. I didn't realise that. Right. Forgive me whilst I just do some digging. What happened there? I don't even know what happened there. That was odd. Oh god. Oh no! Did I just drop all that? Oh no, it stayed in there. That was lucky. Okay, good. I kind of wish I could got more buckets. It's so easy to get stuck in these holes that I've just dug. Look at that. Can't move. Have to jump out of it. And that hole's only like, 4 inches deep. It's not... Well, okay, it's about a foot deep, but... Oh, goodness me. And it starts to get irritating pretty quickly. Will you just stand up? Or you're going to end up in the river. What the flipping hell? You have got an attitude problem. Stay. Stay. Oh, righty. Yeah. Okay, so we're like 36% full. I really can't be bothered to wait all the way to the end. What do I do now? So we got 2 mats out of a potential 4. That's the extension bit that you can build. Okay. I'm thinking water. It goes gold. Don't know if you saw that. That seems to be... That's working. But we're losing a lot. We're losing a lot of stuff. Oh, we need lots of water. Is there like a percentage for water as well? No. So it's just a case of keep doing this until all the dirt has gone. Oh, it's all gone. Well, that didn't take long, did it? Where the hell's my bucket? I just dropped it. Dropped it in the water. Oh wow, if you walk off whilst it's filling up, it Oh, I thought I was going to fall over. Right, okay, great. So now we detach. This is where I don't know what I'm doing. We detach the mat and put it in the bucket. We put it in the bucket with water. Or do we put it in a bucket with no water? You need clean water to rinse the miner's moss. Sounds like you need some ointment for that. Oh, okay, I see. So that's what that's for. Okay. There is no gold in miner mosses. And now I do this? There is no gold in miner mosses. Mosses. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Let's take this one and do the same kind of thing. I mean, this part of it is pretty cool. And probably fairly accurate. Right, now I'm nervous. Okay, because there's potentially gold in here. And I've no idea what I'm doing. And I've got this sneaky suspicion that if I drop this bucket... What happened to all the water that was in it? Right, I'm a bit lost now. So, I think... What do I need to do? I don't really understand what I'm doing right now. Do I put... Has this got water in it anymore? This game gets so confusing so quickly. Right, so it didn't have any water in. So now it does. It's really difficult to tell if it did before and doesn't now. So you don't put water in there? Ah, cripes. Alright, we're going back to the tutorial. Okay, so digging and panning. Hog pan use and mat. Right. So we figured this out ourselves. You dig, you put the stuff in the thing. You dig, you dig, you put the stuff in the thing. 90%. Goodness me. Well, he filled that up pretty quickly, didn't he? 100%. All right. Walk over here to the bucket and fill the bucket. Bucket fill dirt water. Runs through onto mats. Mats collect gold somehow or something. Rocks. Oh, rocks. Probably rocks. Yeah. Like bits. It probably collects bits. But what's interesting is, right, that it runs off that and into the river. The water does. And presumably there's going to be a few little blocks that go into the river as well. So I think digging the river is the sensible thing to do, because there's probably gold in there and probably a high level of gold. Right, okay, yeah, we did this bit. Water, rinse it off. Yep. Yes, detach, water, rinse it off. Yes, we've seen this. We've done this. We've moved on from here. Oh, you're having a laugh. Damn, panning. Is it panning now? There's no way of fast forwarding this, guys. I'm not watching the whole thing just to irritate you. You have no choice. Ah, he's got water in that bucket. So now he's pouring dirt straight into that. What? Oh, there's gold in that. Okay. So he didn't use that whole thing at all. I'm so confused. I don't know what I'm doing. It's getting dark and I'm stuck. Can I fill this up with water? Yes. Okay. Alright. Let's do this here then, because that seems to make more sense rather than keep going in and keep coming out and keep going in and just having to avoid all this annoying stuff. Whoa! Okay, immediately got stuck on the tent there. This is such a precarious little game. Right, so we bring this over, getting stuck on everything along the way. We click use. Oh, right here. So this is the shake the poo around. This is tilt. How do you go up and down? Hi guys, yeah, sorry, a slight change of circumstances there. my hard drive ran out of space and the video that I was recording previously became corrupted. So I just had to go and figure out how to fix that. Thank goodness I did, because in my humble opinion, this has been video gold. Alright, I'll stop. But one bit of advice to you, I thought, oh my god, it's all gone terribly wrong. I'll save the game and then come back to it, which is what I've done now. But my advice to you is never, ever, ever save the game whilst you have potentially panning material in your hands, because when you hit the save button and it comes back, it does like this jerky movement, and we've lost basically 80% of the stuff we had in our panning dish into the bottom of the water. So just a word of advice. Right. Oh, and there we go again. Now it's all gone. Now the whole lot is gone. God, how do you kick it? Stupid bloody thing. God damn.